I will follow Sadistic if you follow Big Balls. As really, these two are the ones that we're going to be, no disrespect to the other drivers, these two are going to be the figurehead of today's, like, race. We had, last time we had it in F1, it was, what, 2016? Oh, that's JD retired. So does he have a quali ban? In turn 1 or in the pit lane. So he's lost it on the curb. He 100% lost that on the curb. It is very easy to do. I spent half of my qualifying session on Monday sideways facing that curb and dropped it on the final lap while running in P4 on that curb. So it's dangerous. At least on the upside, it's free shot at driver of the day. Positives, just think about free shot at driver of the day. Interesting enough, we only have one person out on medium tires, and that is where is he gone? ISRL Colin. So I'm just going to refer to him as Colin. Where is he on track actually? He is in sector 3, just about to complete his first line lap. So the first one on mediums pre-qualifying. Oh, Colin's lost it. Colin lost it on the final corner. He managed to just about keep it out of the wall without damage, and he's lit up the rear tyres. I just hope that he's got enough fuel in that car to do a lap. He might, well, he's going to need to do another lap to cool those tyres down. He may have gone for the softer compound tyres. So he's just trying to get the set of mediums he's got out of the way. And Jamie Robertson has had a moment somewhere. He's 11.2. Oh, he invalidated his lap, so he's been off somewhere along the way. Yeah. As we ride on board with 4-star, him and Craig are obviously still in the racing points. Every driver who has confirmed themselves for next season, I think the last time I checked, we'd confirmed 44 drivers for next season already, and the post had been up for about an hour. So, and I think across all 3 tiers we've got permanent drivers. I think it's around 55. As Cougar Tires immediately goes into P6. I will be rooting for him today. It's just Cougar Tires going wide. I'm not sure on how well the McLaren cuts grass. I'm not sure if it will be as good as the Mercedes, but yeah. Captain Nick with an impressive time. That came out of nowhere. A lot of drivers taken to that escape road at the chicane. I know it's just a way of getting out of the way and making sure you don't impede someone that's on a flying lap. It's a useful tool for it to be there. And not many people like Herman Tilt tracks, Abu Dhabi being one of them. No, to watch it's not that great as a race, except for 2016 Abu Dhabi actual F1 championship, the final round where Nico Rosberg took it. That was the only decent race, in quotes, around Abu Dhabi I've ever seen. It's just, because there's very few places to actually overtake except for the DRS zones. There's not that much action going on about the track. But there are a few places where if you have enough confidence in your ability, you can absolutely send it and just hope the car ahead of you gets out the way. Turn 8 and 9, for example, which is the first chicane along the back straight after the DRS zone. As B Wheeler is on a very slow lap for that was a progress. As Craigos just left the pits. Bearing in mind, the pit lane exit here is a challenge within itself. Because it's under the tunnel, well, it's through the tunnel, underneath turn 1, round a part of turn 2, then it pops you out at the apex of turn 3, I believe. It's a very awkward pit lane exit. And if you're not particularly paying attention, you can quite easily just crash straight into the wall there and either ruin your race or your qualifying session. Obviously. I physically don't understand how, but bear with me for a moment. Let me just unplug my headset and plug it back in and we'll go from... Is this Nathan that said I'm echoing again? Hello. I hope you hear that 3 times. But bear with me for a minute. Yeah. Did you just see the Renault of Kyle going the opposite way with Craigo? Yeah, it was disqualified for going the wrong way. What sector is he in? Is it sector 1? Yeah, 4 stars too far away. Big balls. Oh, there we go. That is Pheasant Plucker facing the wrong way. Drake has crashed. So a mixed bag of who's out and for what reason. That is Dragon and Speed going on an adventure. It's like they all watched Lord of the Rings before this. Do you know that scene of where the Hobbit's like, I'm going on an adventure and running down the hill? That's what it's like whenever they see the massive runoff. They just go, yeah, let's see how that feels and just explore it. Especially on their in-laps when they know they're safe. For example, Dragon, with one guy to go out, who's in P5, I'd assume he's safe by now. Six minutes left to go. Q1, it's normally not as tight as Q2, but everything is on the line for these guys today. As a few drivers I believe, can still finish third in the championship. I was reading the Discord server earlier in the messages in between doing other things. I can't remember what driver said who could still finish third. So it's 4-star and Clear PR that are battling out for third. So P1 and is that for the constructors? Combined constructors. Yeah, so the combined constructors, if I can find it, AlphaTauri are 400 are on 450 points as of round 10. Alfa Romeo are on 401. I would like to say I contribute to that, but I've only contributed like a fifth, so it's not that much. My fair share, yeah. Obviously Kugata's also been. B-Wheel is gone. Where did he lose it? Oh, so... Oh, Jesus. I've just seen it on board with Jamie Robertson. Jesus, that looks bad. I was just about to call a whole combined too. But as I was just about to say, in regards to the combined constructors, Kugata's been an Alpha. Oh, there's 4-star losing it on the same corner. Hold it. Yeah. It's like he was watching some ice skating earlier on and he did a nice pirouette. He just kind of lost the rear, slid it back round and just kind of ended up facing the same way he was going in the first place. Very well held. Very nice from him. But as you can see, guys, we are 3 minutes away from ending Q1. All of these guys could retire on track. Yeah, I was just about to say, unless they just all opt to retire now because they're all safe. Some of them might still want to do a couple laps for track time because they've not had very much due to work commitments, family life, things like that. I think he's just trying to get back to the pits because his tyres, especially his rear tyres, will be dead. Like, the flat spots on his rear tyres will be unreal. If there was actually like a full-on motion cam in these cars, every time the rear tyres just go round, you'll just see it bounce. That's how flat the back will be, some of the rear tyres will be. As Cohen decides that he's going to go out with 2 minutes left of the session. Reserves for today. There are 2 of 3 drivers left to not retire from the session. Kugata's, obviously, he raced here Monday, so he has a little bit more practice around here than most this week. Dragon on Speed is just sat chilling in the pits. He might be comfortable, or he might not realise the time. So he's realised he's through. It might have been one of those things, you know, where you don't check the lap board before you leave the pits and you end up doing half a lap, then you look up at it, you're like, actually, yeah, like, people are out, I may as well save this set of tyres. I'll do my out lap, scrub them in, so the next time I go out on them, they're already scrubbed. So It's going to be an interesting championship battle today. Are we going to see it go down to the final corner like we did in 2016 with Rosberg and Hamilton? Or are we going to see something Schumacher-esque in turn 1? Yeah, obviously as the commentators here, we can't have any bias towards the drivers, because regardless of... Be Switzerland. That's what we've got to be. So, Alfa Romeo. They're owned by Sauber, which is Swiss. Obviously, I was going to say, obviously, with the disqualifications, Gavin Poynton and Kyle both will not be happy with that. I really want to see Kyle's point of view from why he was driving the wrong way. Draper, JD and B Wheel all losing it, so we have 15 remaining with the racing points just scraping through in P14 and P15. So over the last 4 or 5 races, the 2 drivers I'd say have been the kings of qualifying have been the Renault guys. They tend to be there and thereabouts together, not just one of them setting a ridiculous time and the other one going, yeah, I can't beat that, so I'm just going to stay in the pits. Taking that last minute choice. So let me see. He did add me as a friend earlier. So if my friends list actually works. There we go. I will send him another one just to be on the safe side, so at least then he's got a spare. Because Codemasters, over the last few weeks, the servers have improved, but recently the same reoccurring issue of requiring multiple invites to get into the same session. Yeah. That, did you say Jamie or Jay Williams? Sorry, Jamie Robertson. Yeah, that's what confused me then. Because obviously, to the people at home, we know these guys' personal names. They don't. So when we refer to someone by their PSN tag after getting to know them personally, it does become a little bit awkward, because your natural reaction after seeing that tag is just to call them by their actual name. But yeah, I'm riding on board with him too. So let's see how it gets on. Yep. Obviously purple sector 1 because he's the first man through it. Little bit of a moment. That curb is very easy to spin the rear tyres up on. I mean, that's one way of making sure that... Nope, they're still there. Alright, so, I mean, that's one way of confusing people and where they're going to brake. Oh, ooh, well held. Well held. It's going to affect his lap time by like, at least a second, but he's backed out of it. back out of it, recharges ERS. Who was on the medium. So we have Pheasant Plucker, Captain, Dragon on Speed, Liverpool Fan, Craigo, and Claire PR all on mediums. Everyone else is on soft tyres, which is interesting. Let's see where Craigo, what benchmark does he lay down? A 135.8. It's respectable. He'll not. Yeah, I think what he did was he pulled to the side, just let his tyres cool down a little bit. Recharges ERS, put the engine in lean, and just cruise round to the final corner to then let them get back to where they should be before going again. But I will follow Jamie actually, because new driver, stepping in at the final race as a reserve, Liverpool fan, immediately doing a 135.7 on mediums. Yeah, Jamie, new driver, reserve for the day. Cougar tyres with an impressive 135 flat, but that is on the soft tyres. As medium tyres are 4 tenths a lap slower than the soft. The hard's been as he's still got his front wing intact. Yeah, it's that time of year. It's mid-January. It seems like it's been going on for about 500 years. Very respectable lap for a man that no, I don't think so. I think that was a 1:34.1. That yellow flag in sector 1, it will be one of the AlphaTauris just taking an exploratory line. You would be annoyed if your teammate beat you to pole by that big of a difference. As Sadistic King, obviously, if he stands a chance of winning the title today, he needs to get into Q3. A lot of drivers will say this isn't their favourite track. A lot of them will not hate it, but they won't be particularly fond of it, which I can completely understand. In places it seems to have a really nice flow, but then in others it's stop-start. It's not fun. As Jay Williams is he on an outlap or is he just on an in-lap? Yeah, I was, then I decided to take a flick through the field and see who's where. But it does appear that 4-star is on a lap, so is Dragon on Speed. 4-star is the closest man to finishing his lap, I believe, except for Sadistic King. Oh, they're right behind it, like, they're right in front of each other. Oh, 4-star is invalidated his lap, so that one really doesn't matter. Craigo's been, yeah, Craigo's been off through sector 1, as apparently he was 3.1 seconds in the red through sector 1. So unless he's had a little bit of a moment and managed to regain it. Oh yeah, thank you. 4-star. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me about that. Based off of, oh, he lost a little bit of front wing. Craigo. So he lost it somewhere, and he's cost himself some front wing. But just while you drivers are sat in the pits, I'm gonna say this to remind you: record your footage. As a few people have been reporting incidents of not being able to record the footage or forgetting through qualifying in the race, you've had your warning on the stream. That was mainly aimed at Sadistic King after he was saying that his PS4 is having issues in streaming and recording footage. Yeah, exactly my point. It's more for their benefits. My look back button seems to be broken whenever I'm on comms, because every time I look back it takes me into the Racing Point garage with Craigo being backed in. That it's not what I want to see. I do not want to see someone backed in. That's why from my side of things you never see like side to side battles and things like that, because it just doesn't work. My controller just doesn't like it. But Tobes with a 134.5, so sneaking in there. Yep. What a few of them might have done is they might have come out on the medium tyre to help scrub the track in. So then they can come round on the soft tyres a little bit later on and have more grip. There's nothing worse than hitting a braking zone, hitting the brakes, and there just not being any grip there for you. Force. No. Pheasant Plucker, he needs to gain 1.6, well, 1.5 seconds. Yeah, I'm just riding on board with him as we speak, actually, because he's a man that just flies underneath the radar, isn't he? He doesn't really put a foot wrong, but we can never really look back after the stream and, oh, very nice lap. As I was just about to say, he normally doesn't do things like this, but, and immediately invalidates the following lap. No, you can't. Is 4-star is still out on his soft tyres that he's done 3 laps on. Genuine question. If you were in any of the other drivers' position going into this race, knowing that you could literally decide the yeah, he has lost the left end plate. So he's lost it coming out the corner. Or if it... Yeah. Barge boards. Yeah, genuine question. If you were any of these drivers and you could single-handedly decide the championship by holding up one of the championship leaders, would you opt to move out of their way and let them pass to let them get on with their race and their championship, or would you do it to keep them behind? Nope. Captain Nick retired, Big Bull's retired. They're in P3 and 4 at the moment. Sadistic King. Yeah, Cohen is out. He's retired. That's just on a purple sector 1 in fairness, sector 2 in fairness. So one that will bring him to a 36-3, which will move him up to 14th. Yeah. For his sake. Yeah, for his sake, let's hope that he manages to bank at least a 134, 130, yeah, 135 into Pete. Ooh. Do you really? I've spoken to Dragon outside of the track, off the track. Great guy all round. Excellent at pretty much everything he picks up, regardless if it's F1 or any other game. It's just in his nature. Just great fun to be around. Great fun to talk to, play games with, anything like that. But is he going to be ever so clinical as we know that he can be? Which will push Sadistic out of the top 10, which that's going to require a lot of overtaking during the race and a lot of wear on his tyres, being stuck behind other cars. But as we said earlier, I'd move out of the way. Oh, that is a nice lap. A very nice lap. But can we just give Aerovoice and Kugataz a special mention? It's only and where is he gone? Jamie Robertson. I'm not sure who the 4th reserve is. I do apologise. Alright, so yeah, we will give all 4 of these reserves a round of applause for not only just not just stepping in, but actually making a goal of it and not just being there to make up the numbers. Yeah. Yes, with all of them using the same compounder tyre. So our top 10 is Pheasant Plucker, Claire PR, Tobes, Captain Nick, Big Bulls, Dragon on Speed, Liverpool Fan, Jay Williams, Aerovoice and Kugataz, with our championship leader, championship chaser, Sadistic King, all the way down in P11. And his championship rival could start 10 places ahead of him. That's a daunting task even thinking about it. I would not like to see my championship rival being 10 places ahead of me come the start of the race. So let's see what type. Everyone's just going to put on a set of soft tyres, aren't they? Let's see what they've... Yep, I was right. Everyone's on soft. So we've got roughly a minute and a half, minute 40 seconds before they actually hit the line to start the session, like completely, with their first flying laps. So, back to the usual question in Q3. Front row, who do you think is going to get front row? Yeah, I'm going to put him for fourth, because I think that someone's just going to pip him to second and third. I don't think there's going to be too much in it. I'm not entirely sure, because I only started following Tier 2 when I started doing the comms with you. Before that, I really didn't look at the championship standings unless it was the constructors, because it really didn't bother me in the least horrible way. Obviously now I'm we have a very slow moving car in sector 3. I think that was Clerpiard just getting out of the way. Just giving the car ahead of him enough room. As Big Bulls is in sector 2, just coming around the chicane at the end of sector 1 into the hairpin. Which during the race, this would be an interesting corner to watch. Do you know, especially during mid battles, on what line they take through that hairpin, because the white, yeah, exactly. But if you're behind and you take the wider line, you'll lose time going round the corner, but you'll get a better launch out of the corner. But if you're ahead and you want to go defensive, hug the curb, you get a better rotation on the car, and the time that you gain during the corner itself, you may not lose during the straight. It's one of them awkward ones. It's like, what line do you decide to take? I think it's just pot luck. Well, for me personally, it was just pot luck every single lap round there, with where I hit the brakes. Toes with a 1. Good benchmark. Big Bulls immediately. Third. I think that's the best lap we've seen out of him today so far. No, I'd even say like the top end, like esports guys won't be doing that. Third PR, straight into P5. Not just being knocked down by Jay Williams, who went into P6, into P4, sorry. I can't read today. I do apologize, guys. Kugataz is now out on a lap as he's coming around the 3 right-handers. One thing I have noticed about Kugataz's driving, do you know when you're riding on board with them and you can hear the gear changes if they're using manual gears? Kugataz is, I was just about to say, he's very aggressive on the gear change. And it does sound like he short shifts through the gears, regardless if he's going up or down. So that might be due to his driving style and not getting enough traction unless he short shifts. But if it's just due to genuinely short shifting because he's still not used to manual gears all that much, it could be costing him a couple of tenths per lap. And the man is already ridiculously quick. So I don't know what that's about. I'm not going to judge his driving style because it's not there for me to judge. It was just an observation. Just put it out there in case someone thinks I'm slating the way he drives or something like that. I'm not. As Liverpool fans on his outlap, Pheasant Flocker is in the final sector. This looks like it's a very slow lap. No, it was where I jumped on board with him compared to the timing screen. I didn't get like the bearings of where he was on track until he'd come round the penultimate corner. I was like, oh. And well, I mean, if you don't want someone to have a Rolex, at least advise them otherwise instead of taking the advertisement board out with you. Because that's what he did at turn one. He took the advertisement board out. There's only 11 rounds. Yeah, you mean if anyone wants to see round 12? Yeah, if anyone wants to see round 12. Yeah. I think it will be the other half of the calendar. Well, it could be the other half of the calendar. I don't know. So the races that were missed out of the calendar this season are next season's races, which would make sense. But then it also means that everyone has to do Monaco. I don't want to do Monaco. Let me put it this way, the last time I did Monaco, I stopped counting at 5 new front wings. That day, I swear I had more wings than a KFC bargain bucket. It was ridiculous. Like, I'd do a couple of laps, I'd clip the wall and Jeff would come over the radio like, new strategies available. I think I used the same set of tyres at least 3 times during that race. Still finished in the points, I wasn't complaining, but that's beside the point. Liverpool fan just opted not to set a lap. He's going to have to come out ASAP in order to get a lap in. As Claire PR is on his out lap. It would be nice for one of the comms team for tier 2 to pick up a championship regardless of what game it's playing. Yeah, exactly. And if you do, congratulations. If you don't, commiserations. As Liverpool fan is still sat in the pits. Interesting. As I say that, he's just left the pits. That Alfa Romeo does look nice under the lights of the tunnel. I'll give it that. This is something that I'm assuming that you saw the picture posted earlier. Yeah, that's the winter testing livery. That's not their official race one. I fell into the same... Uh-oh. Oh no, that was Big Bull's. Big Bull's has invalidated his lap. Oh, it's his out lap, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I can tell because he's now at pole time and he's not even at the final 2 corners. But he's got plenty of time to get round and do another lap. But the actual Alpine for next season, according to reports, it's going to be, do you know the French football shirts? Well, it's going to be in the same Le Bleu. So like a deep royal, like French blue. With white and red like accents on it to make the French flag. That would be quite nice to look at, in my opinion. If they do it like that, or if they went for a white base with blue and red accents, that would be quite nice. But I'm pretty sure that Ferrari have got a monopoly on anyone painting their car red as a base colour. What, painting their car red? As Captain Nick is just at a purple sector. Is this sector? Oh, it's invalidated. Oh no. So Claire PR, the only one that is actually challenging. Has he? Yep. Yes. Has he put that in the Discord or? He had a spare invite, did he? Oh, Dragon on Speed's out of fuel. Oh no, he's not got a fuel gauge thing next to him, so. So, Jay Williams, everyone's just finished where they are now. We've got a minute plus left of quali, but. Yeah, he did. I'm not entirely sure, but do you know what I said about Captain Nick being pipped to second or third? I was right to being pipped to second and starting on the second row. So while you see if Claire PR's got a race win, I'll run through the top 10. Alright, do you want to run through the top 10 then? Pheasant Plucker is as soon as you said slower in Q3, he just put in a Discord server, always slower in Q3, man, annoying. So even he has realised himself that it's a trait, we'll say the least. But again, not here to judge or diminish any of the drivers, and I'm not trying to. I'm just reading out the comment that he made himself. So I think if he finishes third in the championship this season, it's the second time in consecutive seasons that he's finished third. I think that's. I think it's mathematically impossible for him to grab second. Four-star was 12th, I think. No. 11th and 12th. So, it was he 14th? So he was, so he 14th or 15th then. Oh yeah, that was it. Both racing points were way down there at one point. There we go. Yeah, Craigo and Forstar 14th and 15th as we leave for the formation lap. Obviously not wanting to damage the car or get disqualified because yes, turn one isn't a particularly heavy braking zone. It's more of a just ease the brakes off and let the car roll around and then pin the throttle. But then you've got the braking zone of the hairpin not too far down the line. I would personally appreciate it if the people that aren't within a chance of the championship let the championship leaders through and let them battle it out on track to see which one of them is going to be top dog by the end of the race. Yep. So the is that big balls. Yeah, the only way that it would go to race wins is if Big Balls doesn't finish in the points. Oh, Liverpool fan being in a collision somewhere and got disqualified from the formation lap. The only way that Big Balls can take the championship on race wins is if he finishes outside of the points. I did send him a spare invite, but I will send him another one just on the off chance that he can't get back in. And weirdly enough, I knew exactly where he was on my friends list then. I scrolled straight to him. But hopefully that allows him back in. Do you know what? I know this is going to sound a little bit weird, but for the first lap, I'm going to ride on board with Gavin Poynton. I think that he's not had a great few last races for him. A couple of disappointing performances in regards to being disqualified, penalties, things like that. They happen. But I will let you do the lights countdown. That was Kugataz gone. That was... Yeah, that was... I can't remember. I saw a Racing Point going backwards at the same time, which I think... I'm not sure what Racing Point... So... Yeah. So... Where is Gavin Poynton now? He's up to P16. He capitalized on the chaos. We missed it. But yeah, there's absolutely sending it, and then there's sending it and getting yourself a penalty in the result of sending it. Not speaking from personal experience. Yeah, what we love to see is absolute sends from miles back where you get past cleanly without making contact, or the good old switch back at a tight corner. As Tobes, Clothier and Aero Voice all in the pits, so I think they may just bump on a set of hard tyres and go to the end. Yep, that is hard tyres for Tobes. Mediums. Captain Nick getting a 5-second penalty. What did they do? Crash into each other in the pit lane, or crash into each other? I hope this is, do you know, like Silverstone was, it was a very slow burner, but the last few laps are absolutely epic, and you can actually remember them. Kyle, I'm trying to think of what energy drink actually sponsors Renault. I don't think they have an official sponsor, but I think it's down to like the driver's personal preference. With even being under the safety car, the first sector is 6 seconds quicker than what it is off the start. That's how you know it's... But Jamie Robertson moving up to P11. Okay. Yeah, so he's gained on his debut, bearing in mind, when it's the final race of the season, I'm going to try and avoid the championship battle, but flick back to it every now and again, especially if it starts to heat up. So if they get close on track, then sorry guys, that one's the important battle, but I will try and keep up with the other battles going on track. But in the meantime, the guys reserving, I'm possibly looking at a seat in Tier 2 for next season. He did. He lost it. He lost a barge board and his end plate on the right hand side. So that will drop him down. That will drop him all the way down actually. He's now right at the back. Because that is a new front wing and fresh tyres. You're looking about 9.5 seconds in a pack that's bunched up under a safety car. It's... Has everyone either pitted and gone onto the mediums or... Yeah. Like, speaking from personal experience here, I'm not sure if the other drivers or the drivers in this race will agree with me. If there is a safety car this early and you started on a fresh set of tyres in the first place, there is no point pitting. Because in the Academy race Monday, we had a safety car around about the same time. I think it was like 3 or 4. Then we had another one around about lap 12, and then another one lap 15 or 16. And that final safety car is when I opted to come into the pits from my medium tyres that I started the race on, that were a fresh set at the start of the race. I am actually going to ride on board with Sadistic King, because I have a feeling that his teammate is just going to let him past and just send him on his way. And Dragon, and with Big Balls with that 5-second penalty, which, as you said, he accidentally brake checked his teammate. If you caught that on stream, the stewards will review your stream too. So that might be caught, and he may actually keep that 5-second penalty, but it will be added to his pit time when he eventually does pit. That was Jay Williams. So he did exactly what we thought he would do, get out of the way, let his teammate go. Which, I don't blame him for doing that. I would do the exact same thing. In fact, I actually tried to get out the championship leader's way on Monday, and he ended up putting me into a semi-spin at this very corner that they're going round. Not this corner, it was turn 8 and 9 that he put me into a semi-spin. But I just let it slide, as he did me an absolute solid the week before by holding up the pack behind me. So, as B Wheeler is looking at making a move, that was exploring track limits. If he can get this done, that is a very, very nice move by B Wheeler. And where did he come out? Did he get that move done? I think he did, on Jamie Robertson. With Gavin Poynton now taking a go at him. Jamie Robertson's left the session again. Yep, I will try and get him back into the session as soon as possible. But there is only a certain amount of times, guys, that I will send you an invite back into the session. If you keep disconnecting, it's going to start hindering people's races. Jamie Robertson, if you're watching the stream, no offence, but this is the third or fourth invite I've sent you now during qualifying in the race. You've got one more left. Because it's just any more and it will just start hindering people's races. And that's not me saying that to be mean, it's just going to become an inconvenience to not only myself, but himself having to rejoin, losing positions, things like that due to disconnecting. Yeah. Yeah, if you... I'm trying to keep up with where he's on track, and he's just dropping every time I tried to click down to him. Can we just take a moment to appreciate that Captain Nick is now carving his way through the field? Yep, that is Kyle gone again. And Kyle is, well, and he's missing half a front wing. It wouldn't surprise me if Kyle just pulls into the pits and retires now. If we see him... in Twitter too. As he's still got his front wing intact, so it's at least an upside. And the guys ahead of him aren't too far ahead. Like, it's still not great, but at least he's on. The Captain Nick picked up a penalty there, and so did Gavin Poynton. Yeah, it was 3 seconds, so I'm assuming it was exceeding track limits. As that is getting... Yeah, I'm going to jump up back up with Sadistic and see where he is. He can see the leader coming out of the final corner, but then as soon as he comes out of the final corner, the leader's disappeared around turn 1. He needs to, but bearing in mind, he's on the medium tyre and the soft tyre will start to go off soon. The medium tyre will retain that grip for slightly longer. So the strategy might come into it. I think Big Bulls may have made a mistake in staying out underneath the safety car, which evidently then cost him the 5-second penalty for crashing with his teammate, which then cost Ferrari overall in the championship. As it stands, they're not securing as many points as they would have been. Bearing in mind we're only a quarter of the way through the race, so a lot more can happen in that time. Dragon on Speed just had a big lockup as Jamie Robertson picks up his first penalty. Where are you looking? Oh, that is Gavin Poynton gone. It looks like the other one held it. Pheasant Plucker picking up a warning, well, a penalty for multiple warnings. So, as Tobes is now on the back of Draper, Pheasant Plucker with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's a bad lap for him. Draper picking up a penalty. So we're now at that stage of the race where warnings will have come thick and fast through the first few laps when you're battling for position. And now everyone's settled down. Gavin Poynton, 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. As Tobes has got Captain Nick right behind him, but he's also on the back of Draper. As Kyle picks up his first penalty of the race. This battle for 10th is actually quite entertaining, as you've got 3 cars. Well, it's now turned into a train of 6, all with DRS on each other. Yeah, you've got it down to error voice. Believe it or not, error voice is just... And here, I was just about to say, Jamie's just... Yep, he's picked up DRS this time round on them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cars all battling for 10th. With Draper currently the guy leading this pack. Bearing in mind, the only guy without DRS. And at the moment, he is very... Oh, Aero voice. Right, so this is something to talk about. It's the usage of ERS. Some people are really aggressive with it. They only, after like 4 laps into the race, they have it averaging on like 20-something% charged throughout the rest of the race. They literally use it whenever they've got a little bit of charge. But Aero voice seems to be reserving his for when he genuinely needs it. So if he's trying to get an overtake done, while the other guys are like 9-10%. Like everyone ahead of him is on 9-10%, and B Wheeler is now up into P9, P8. This is what I meant. Watch the difference in the launch now from the different lines. This is exactly... Yeah. Nope. But that's, do you know, in qualifying when I was on about the different launches from the different lines through that hairpin, prime example of what I meant. The slightly wider line, I don't blame you. Reserve his tyres, wait till everyone's pitted, and see where he ends up. He may end up with enough time to make a pit stop of his own. You don't know. Gavin Poynton picking up penalties. Well, I don't know what to say about the penalty board at the moment. I hope that you can find something to say. The fact that we've got 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 8 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 17 seconds, 3 seconds. Jamie Robertson has just picked up another 3 seconds worth of penalties. So, and he just had a purple final sector. So, bearing in mind, yeah, I see what you mean. I'm not entirely sure. No, but the actual car seems to be moving along at a decent frame rate. Oh, that is... Oh, that's... Yeah, well held out of the wall though, because it's very easy to end up in the wall there. Yeah. Colin picking up his first penalty. Where is he on track? 15th. Yeah. And he's surprisingly put on the mediums. So he will need to make another stop unless he thinks he can make these stretch for 17 laps. The only way he's going to make that happen is if, one, he's got a very friendly setup on tyres, or two, he has a lucky safety car, which, with the way this midfield battle is shaping up, would not surprise me. As Tobes picks up a penalty in P8. So, none of the top 5 have a penalty. Then everyone from P6 down to P10 has a penalty. Then nobody from P11 down to P14 oh, say that, and Big Bull and Aero Voice just picked up one up. Gavin Poynton, another 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. Alright, I'm actually going to ride on board with him. And just... Oh, he's gone. I'm not riding on board with him for any longer. Like, he's just retired in the pits. They're putting a set of tyres on him, and... yeah, he's only got 3 seconds. He served his 5 in the pits, just like his teammate. So he will probably request those to be removed. That was Pheasant Plucker having very bad lag. Pheasant Plucker just kind of went from side to side on my screen without going forward. But he doesn't seem to have lost any time for it, so it might just be a glitch in the... And again, it seems like any low-speed exit corner, he's just swinging from side to side out of. I'm not sure if it's just... Yeah, Pheasant Plucker picking up a timer. So, Captain Nick is a man on a mission. There's got to be something in his head that is just clicked today, and it's like, I cannot let Sadistic King win the championship. I cannot let Sadistic King win the championship. That is... Exactly. It always helps if you've got a teammate that you get along with and that you actually speak to outside of the track. Even if it's just a mundane conversation, it's like, oh, how are you today on race day? It helps. Because they might be having a really bad day, and if they go, oh, my day's not going so well, you're like, well, keep your head up. A decent result this evening might swing your mood. And every now and again, those little bits of encouragement will help. So you know this corner where they're coming up to now, where Big Balls has just gone round? It is nice to send it round the outside there. And I will invite Cohen back into the session as he's just left. Are we just having... where's Cohen? So Dragon on speed. Who else am I looking for? Is Cohen Knight, or is it just Cohen? K-O-E. I'm just waiting on my PlayStation. There we go. And who else was it? I'm just waiting on it to send the invites out. Oh, come on. There we go. They're sent. And then it was Error Voice 2. Right, they've all got fresh invites as JD picks up a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Jamie Robertson picking up penalties on 9 seconds at the moment. Dragon is back. Cohen is still being overtaken. But that car looks solid now, I think. And where is Error Voice? Is he in ghost mode? And Cohen looks like he is back too. That car looks solid to me. I hope that's solid. I can't. He's got no one anywhere near him, so I can't tell. And at times the cars look solid when they're not. But yeah, that looks solid to me. I've just jumped. I've just jumped on board, and that was Jamie Robertson and Craigo getting wheel to wheel. We don't want to repeat of what happened a few laps ago, gents. And they've managed to keep it relatively sensible. Was it the right-hander? Oh, the one where it's quite easy to get squeezed into the wall on the way in. It's a brave move. It takes a brave man to chance an overtake there. I personally wouldn't, because I'd like my front wing where it is, and that's on the nose of my car. But Sadistic King keeping it smooth, penalty free at the moment. I think he's doing a one-stop. If I can remember back to the conversation we had earlier, I think he's intending to do a medium to soft. And he looks like he's doing it again. What a move. What an attempt at a move, shall I say. Because he didn't quite get it to stick then, as he's still behind Liverpool fan. And that is, yeah. Bearing in mind, both drivers sandwiching him. Very quick drivers. They are very fair, but neither of them have any issues in getting their elbows out. They 14. Yeah, Gavin Poynton was on 20 something when he retired because he got fired for speeding in pit lane. Yeah, that is exactly what the case was. Even if you've got that many penalties, I would still keep going to the end of the race, because that extra few laps will give you, I saw that, it will give you that extra little bit of spatial awareness and track limits. Big Balls has got past Liverpool fan. I've got mine on broadcast, so then I get Draper. And Colin's just got a very lonely race at the moment. Like, the man is 10 seconds off of Kyle in 17th. Both of them have got 3 seconds worth of penalties, so as it stands, with 11 laps to go, they are just staying where they are. But still, it's not a bad debut by Colin. Jamie Robertson is impressing me. Look at, yes, he's got 9 seconds worth of penalties, but he's holding his own against guys that he's never raced with before. Draper picking up another penalty, as that was Captain Nick completing his pit stop strategy. So let's see what tyres he's put on. I think he's got mediums on. Oh no, he's got soft tyres on with 11 laps to go. That's brave, because tyre degradation around here is ridiculous. As I say that, he just makes his way past Jamie Robertson into P11. So just ignore me. What I say doesn't matter. I don't know anything. Yeah, the thing is, Sadistic King, if he wants any chance of winning this race and winning the championship, he needs to pit now. He's got 3.5 seconds to Big Balls. No, but he's now got DRS and he will just set along his way. Yeah, Claire PR's tyres are dead. Yeah, Claire PR pitted very early on, bearing in mind. He pitted, I think, lap 2 underneath the safety car. So, Sadistic King will be hoping to have the faster tyre at the end of the race and more grip. So while we wait for this battle to heat up, that is McLaren, I believe, getting into it. Oh, that's a where is Sadistic King on track? Yeah, that is no front wing. When I say no front wing, I mean none. He's gone full Voldemort there. He's got no nose. Yes, I had to make a Harry Potter joke there. Sadistic King is in the pit, so is Big Balls. Oh, this could... Right. Oh. Jamie Robertson drive through for speeding under the DSC. Sorry guys, but I will let Jonathan deal with the race leaders, and every now and again I will flick, well, not the race leaders, the championship leaders. Every now and again I will flick between that and what's going on in the rest of the pack, because we can't ignore everyone else, because we've got a championship battle on our hands. As I flick down the field, and actually there's not much going on except for Tobes getting into it with Jamie Robertson. Easy move by Tobes, sorted, done before the weird little blue line comes up on the straight for the braking zone. Kyle's gone. Kyle retired. I'm assuming he did it in the pits. Part of me wants to just sit here and watch this battle, but at the same time I know that neither driver will want the added pressure of us both sitting here and scrutinizing every single line they make. Yeah, as Claire PR is actually closing up on the back of Big Balls. Sorry, yeah, Captain Nick closing up on Claire PR. Wrong Ferrari. Bye, Kyle. Have a nice night. That came across really sarcastic. It wasn't supposed to. Jamie Robertson is in the pits. Yeah, mistimed pit stop for him, but Craigo with the fastest lap of the race. So, yeah. Yeah, this could literally hinge Getting way out of the way. Oh, is he going around the outside? Oh my. Dragon's just got to stay within touching distance in case they take each other out. Because that's what could happen. Oh! Oh! That is Big Bull's big. That is... Oh, he kept his front wing intact. That could just, with 7 laps to go, that could have just decided the title. I think that may have just decided the title. And Dragon will just cruise up to a comfortable second place. He's 3 seconds, well, 2.8 seconds separate. Jamie Robertson picking up a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's now up to 14 seconds. He's just retired from the session. Good effort though, from Jamie. Yeah, same here. Evidently not the result he would have dreamt of, but I didn't really catch him in that many battles. He tended... Oh, Big Bull's with a penalty. And Clerpiao's got past him. Oh no. He lost it at the most pivotal point of the race. He's now going to be angry with himself. Clerpiao picking up a penalty with it. Do you know what? I'm actually glad about Abu Dhabi, the fact that the start-finish straight does not have a DRS zone on it. It is the only one of the very few tracks of where a good launch out the final corner will see you get the move done without the aid of DRS. Yep. Bahrain has DRS. Yeah, it's just after the pit entrance. Bahrain has 3 DRS zones. Speaking of it. Is he going to absolutely send it on Captain Nick going into this corner though? He's got the inside lane. Yeah. I think he may have done that strategically, in all fairness. So then he was close. Jay Williams picking up the penalty. Liverpool fan may have done that on purpose, so then he wasn't granting his gearbox going into the braking zone. It would realistically make sense, but I think I'm also giving a little bit of praise where it might have just been a genuine mistake and he forgot to hit the button. But I'd like to think he did it on purpose. I'd like to think he did it purposely. He's a nice guy off the track. As Tobes gets a penalty for exceeding track limits. Let's see what... the penalty board is quite bad, to say the least. Most drivers that have run in have got 3 seconds minimum. Craigo, Dragon and Speed, and Sadistic King and 4-star being the only drivers without a penalty. Everyone else has got at least 3 seconds. I will jump. So I was just saying I will jump into the race director for a moment and see what happened at turn 1. Well, on lap 1 that caused the safety car initially, it was Error Voice and Kugataz getting into it, and it caused terminal damage for Kugataz. Big Bull's severe collision with Captain Nick on lap 2. Both of them got the 5-second penalty. Error Voice getting a penalty. I'm actually seeing how many warnings Sadistic King has had. I don't think he has had any. So, does he have to move up to tier 1? I think if he wins the championship, then it's just pretty much a shoe-in. Like, it's just an automatic promotion, per se. I'm not entirely sure. Best person to ask would be Nathan, I think. And just see what they say. But I'd assume so, as the last couple of winners of tier 2 have gone into tier 1. Yes, as I've heard. Yeah, I've just looked at Dragon, and Claire PR is extremely close behind. Pheasant Plucker picking up another penalty there. So he's now on 12 seconds. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they were teammates next season. From rivals to teammates. Then we'd probably see a Hamilton-Rosberg situation going on between the two of them. No, but I was meaning between teammates. Yeah, Do-Will is just ridiculously quick. I don't understand how that man is so quick. Mid-race. Well, that is insane. Oh, as Big Bulls makes an opportunistic move. Draper picking up the fastest lap so far. So we've got 3 laps to go. So this Stick King is just out ahead, just chilling, killing, not really doing much of anything wrong. The thing is, if Dragon can still keep within touching distance of the 2 ahead of him, he will still get P2. So as long as he can stay within touching distance, but saying that, Liverpool fans on his gearbox, but he's also got well, he's closing up on the back of him, not on his gearbox, but he also has penalties. And then everyone else is just spaced out. It's at that stage of the race now where everyone's spaced out. I did see something interesting about modern day F1 cars the other day. Apparently, from this season just finished, the Ferrari was 735 centimeters long. To put that into feet, that is 18.7 feet long, which is which will still be P2. Captain Nick picking up a penalty there. Yes. The academy's still staying at 8 o'clock. Liverpool fan picking up a penalty himself. As long as he can pull a 3-second gap in the next 2 laps, which, if there's front wing damage on Claire PR, Draper pick up another penalty. So our leaders for penalties are Pheasant Plucker, B. Wheeler and Draper. I think that we should have a trophy for the end of the season for the driver that's accumulated the most penalties. Yeah, and just give them a medal at the end of the season, or like a miniature trophy, or something along those lines. No, but we can give Jack a DNF trophy. That's not a cheap shot at Jack. He literally changed his name to Jack DNF because he crashed out like 4 races in a row. Yeah, but Liverpool fan also has... Yeah, but he also has penalties. This is it. Dragon doesn't need to attack. All he needs to do is stay where he is and just keep it smooth and within touching distance of the 2 ahead. He will only grab 3rd, not 2nd. Okay, as we're coming into as we're now on the final lap with Sadistic King, let's start talking about driver of the day. I mean, there's only really one option for this, isn't there? Yes, he did. Jack has just said, I hear my name ringing strong in Tier 2 stream. My legacy lives on. No, Jack, it doesn't. We love you, really. Kinda. But, yeah. Sadistic King. Yeah, Craigo picking up a penalty on the final lap. Is it just a racing incident? And let's see how what the gap is between them. He needs to pull out like an extra 2 temps then. Otherwise, he could lose the... Yeah. Yeah. Turn those 2 around. Toad still might jump him. No, he's not close enough. Five-second penalty that was unserved. Who else? Craigo coming across the line in approximately 5 hours and 52 minutes. There we go. Across the line he goes. He stays where he is. B. Wheeler. I think he's going to drop down behind Draper. Draper, I think, will move down behind Cole. No, he won't, because Colin's been lapped. So it's just going to stay as it is. Yeah, Draper almost putting it in the wall on the final lap. Coming out of those awkward left-handers, he ran wide. That's sportsmanship right there. Oh, and he's just been taken. Cohen's just unlocked himself as a result. Yeah. But cheers for that, Draper. It's a nice way to finish the season off. Like, as we said, doesn't matter who you are, you can't deny that. I'm just going to point out how it was. Terrible qualifying session from him. Yeah, I think part of me wants to believe that he was smart enough to start on the medium tyres. That's why he deliberately qualified outside the top 10. Yeah, but he wanted to start on a fresh set of mediums. Like, he knew he could have gone quicker if he put on a set of softs and got into Q3. But then that would have put him on the exact same strategy as Big Bulls. So, I think it was Draper. So, the thing that we're used to finishing our season, but I'll let you round out the top 10. Well, everyone. I was just about to say, do you want to do it? Because if I try and invite anyone to the party, it tends to kick you out of it. For some reason. I don't understand why you're the only person that it happens to. My parties just don't like you. But I do. Yeah. Do you want to also grab Dragon if he's available? I will try and drag Dragon in for an interview because he had a decent race. So add players, yes. I swear if this kicks me out of the party, I'm blaming you. Sadistic King is apparently on his way. So,
Thank you. I am so scared in that race.
we were riding on board with you with like 3 laps to go, and then all of a sudden we saw Big Bulls lose it behind you. As you were coming into the penultimate.
I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but
it looked like he just caught the curb and spun the rear wheels up, and
we were
just
actually
went round.
side by side coming into like through sector 3, like you know that really fast right hand on.
We saw him try it round the outside. The rest of the race got ignored for the final few laps when you two were going at it. Not in a horrible way to the rest of the
I was a bit worried I wasn't giving him enough space, but I was hugging the wall as much as I could going into it. So I feel a bit bad that he span out, to be honest. Yeah, I know it's that, yeah. I think that I didn't expect him to pit when the VSC came out, and then I seen him coming behind me. And
Yeah.
speaking of the devil, here he is. Yeah, Mike was sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me last week. Sorry. Bad.
That was a great battle, balls, mate.
Yeah.
I was a bit scared when they were side by side, though.
Yeah, it was a bit twitchy, and then I decided to do a nice 360.
I seen the penalty come up as well, like a 3 second. I was like, oh, that kind of helps.
Yeah.
For someone that doesn't like Abu Dhabi, you liar. You're fast.
Remember, guys, before either of you accidentally slip up, it is a PG channel, so try and not swear.
Yeah.
I don't know who you could be talking about there.
To be honest, from my end, I could easily say that Paul's had that much pace in that. If it wasn't for the spin and the penalty, he'd have won easy.
Yeah.
So,
I couldn't keep up with that.
I was just looking at the Discord server. Sadistic, you are looking at moving up to Tier 1, correct? As you won the championship.
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
And it appears that a driver will be leaving, which means that there will be a second spot available for a certain Big Balls.
Yeah,
that's if the admin team allow it, because you two have been at it all season long. It would be nice to see both on track battling each other next season.
The pace tests and that coming up and stuff. I've not actually signed up for season 4 yet, but I know there's pace tests involved and new people coming out and leaving and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, but as the champion, you're pretty much going to move up.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to see you two battling out on
my
track again.
CRL career is over.
You would like to take this time to thank your mother, your sister, your dog, who else for this miraculous
I was
achievement.
swear there and say no, but I don't know. I would like to thank Balls for the fight all season, as it's been close. So
yeah,
it's been fun
great.
as well.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
He's been your Magneto to Charles Xavier.
Horrible for me.
Yeah.
And obviously Nathan and AJ and that for obviously running the league the way they do, so. And the rest of the drivers.
Yeah.
It's Scott and Bruce because no one likes Liverpool, so. We just have to get that in there.
Yeah, I did.
And obviously you guys for doing comms all season as well, so.
I did catch on to your strategy pretty early on. When you got past lap 12 on the mediums, I even said to Jonathan that you're going to one-stop it.
My strategy changed. I was going to do a medium hard, and then I seen Big Balls keep on going on the softs. I was like, he's pushing them to go on mediums. I was like, I'm going to push these to go on softs.
And that safety car early doors, obviously, with the heavier fuel load, it did help with tyre wear a little bit. So both of you managed to extend your stint by a couple of laps. Obviously, the soft tyre go off a lot quicker.
Yeah, I was quite happy the VSC came out because those mediums were horrible. Like they felt so bad. The last like 2 laps I did on them.
You turn in and you've got absolutely no faith that you're going to make the corner.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel.
Race without a warning as well, and I don't know how.
Yeah, I actually took a scroll through the race director, and I didn't catch a single warning for you. So well done for that. Big Balls, obviously not the end to the season that you wanted, but you gave us a thrilling final race of not only the season, but the championship battle. If you could go back to any single stage throughout the season where you may have dropped points, what stage would it be?
Oh God, there's quite a few. I think the major one was probably Singapore when I had a game crash when I was running in first or second. That really cost me.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one because I was out in the lead then. That was it. It took over and there's no coming back really. But tonight, got to give a bit of a mention out to my teammate Captain Nick for giving me a shunt behind the safety car. That 5-second penalty in the pits cost me about 4 or 5 places, and that probably cost me the race, so I hope he's feeling better by himself.
He has said that he's got to go sit in the corner and cry and feel bad about what he's done. So I think he does feel bad, and I think that you'll get a personal apology at some point. He might send you flowers or something.
Yeah, I like chocolates.
Some roses and chocolate.
Yeah.
Milk tray, only the best.
I've not even been on Discord yet. Well, except it message force though.
Yeah, you are champion. It's official.
I mean, I'll be honest, I was just hoping to improve off the last season, so I'd have been happy with a second. Because I came 5th last season, and I just like to see improvement with my driving, so I'd have been happy with either or. But
so you've spent,
nice to win as well.
you've spent...
Last season, yeah. I came 5th last season.
Well done.
I was in a battle with someone else for most of the season. Yeah, it was Tobbs, yeah, it was Tobbs actually. Yeah, me and Tobbs were going at it all season as well.
Also another driver that has improved this season.
I'm sure I finished 5th. Yeah, well, 4th or 5th I still improved, so I'm happy either way.
It's going to be weird commentating on Tier 2 next season if I don't move up and not having you in the field, but I will drop by your races and take a look when I can. I'll probably have that stream up on my phone while I'm doing comms on Tier 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's changing time, innit?
Alright. Fair enough. So there is a chance that I will still be talking about you next season. That I don't mind. But the pair of you, the entire season from like when I actually started paying attention to Tier 2, you've been at it tooth and nail, swapping positions. Obviously last week didn't go Sadistic's way, but went Big Balls' way. This week, complete reverse. A single point in it. It could have literally come down to which one of you got fastest lap.
Yeah, thanks Draper for stealing it again. Every time, man, he comes out and he takes the fastest lap.
Yeah, it tends to be when he knows his race is lost and he's not scoring a point in like actual race position. So he would just pit and put on a set of soft tyres. But he did do the Abu Dhabi donuts for us at the line.
I was thinking about doing the little snake across the line. I was like, if I'd been it before the line, yeah, I better not do that.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been funny.
We've seen it happen. I think I've seen you do it in like 5 lappers or something anyway.
Yeah, probably.
So I've seen you do it previously. But Big Balls, absolutely great drive all season. Just unfortunate to be pipped at the final hurdle. But the pair of you, hopefully you'll continue this love-hate relationship. Like you like each other off the track, but as soon as you're on it, you just want to beat each other.
I love them on the track too. We're in a couple of weeks together and we battle quite a bit, so it's always fun coming up against Balls. So.
Yeah, I normally give you a little nudge here and there, don't I?
Yeah, I like a good little love tap, so it's all in fun.
We mentioned this earlier about drivers getting their elbows out and being a little bit aggressive with just overtaking and defending, but keeping it fair. And you two all season have been a prime example of doing it. I think at the time we were watching Captain Nick carve his way back through the field after dropping all the way back down to, I think it was P16 or 17. And he carved his way back through just by getting his elbows out. So the pair of you have done that all season.
I think with that result as well, I think Liverpool fan may take 4th overall as well on the standings. So he's had a decent season as well. Everyone's pretty much had a decent season, but
it's so competitive in Tier 2 this season, isn't it? Anyone can win, really.
Ridiculously competitive. Like I think there was 7 or 8 different race winners.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? Really.
Oh, 6 or 7. Yeah, it was crazy. And then one of my favourite tracks, I just decide to not show up.
Which one was that?
The rest of them the chance.
Neverland.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention that, but as you did, yeah.
Yeah, I had to tell you what I got though. I screwed up someone's race as well, so like, I deserve everything I got in that. But
Yeah, the pair of you, absolutely well done all season. I will look forward to seeing the pair of you if Sadistic joins up for season 4, which you'd better do.
I've just went and signed up.
Yeah, I was just about to. I was just about to dive into your DMs and just abuse you until you did. Obviously, well, not abuse, but berate you until you did. Big Balls, I hope you've done the same. You've already signed up, I think.
Yeah, I've already signed up. Yeah, I'll be there.
So the pair of you will be back at it again next season. Big Balls, if you don't move up, at least you've got a slightly easier chance of winning a title next season, but it will be ultra competitive yet again.
Yep, always.
And you never know, the season after, Sadistic might end up back in tier 2 with you.
I don't doubt that. It's too good for that.
But yeah, the pair of you, it's been a pleasure.
I can't help the consistency.
Yeah.
You're about as consistent as week-old porridge.
I'm just going to start getting penalties just to annoy people soon.
Yeah. Make us feel a bit better about ourselves.
Yeah, that is one thing that I want to ask. What happened when you lost it? Like, to us, it looked like you just clipped the curb and your wheels spun up and you just went.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was just pushing too hard to try and keep up with Jamie, so yeah, that's just too much throttle and over the curb and round it went. Unfortunately, if they didn't hit a barrier.
I'm going to guess that's where your main warning came from as well.
Well, the warnings came from just trying to get through the traffic, really. I was very, very aggressive.
You did pick up 2 warnings for that spin. You picked up a warning for exceeding track limits on the curb that you spun on, and then you picked up one for exceeding track limits on the side of the track that you spun to.
Ideal.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that probably saved me was the VSC, because also I was going to pick that lap anyway.
Yeah.
And when it came out, I was like, right, so no one's really got to overtake me. I was like, I don't have to fight through traffic like Balls did, obviously, so that helped a lot as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked it out in my head. If you'd pitted under the VSC and Balls hadn't, you would have come back out in 4th.
And then I think I noticed at one stage, I don't know why he did it, but Dragon on Speed actually pulled over to let me and Balls past.
Yeah, we had this conversation in qualifying, actually. It was along the lines of, if we were anyone else in the field, would we get in the way and potentially cost either one of you the championship, or would we just get on with our own race and let you try and carve your way through easily without taking too much life out the tyres in order to battle each other on track, which is what people wanted to see.
Yeah.
And we both settled on with just let you pass.
If it was me in another seat, like in another driver's seat, like I'd probably just run my race. Like, I don't like letting people pass. I don't care if you're fighting for a championship.
Oh no, if it was you, I wouldn't let you pass. But if it was anyone else,
make it harder, that's the way it goes, really, innit? Like, if they try to make it hard for you, so. My teammate nearly died. Yeah.
Jay Williams.
Yeah, they didn't let me through, trust me. We were in a party together and we were talking about it. And he was like, yeah, if you keep up with me, I'll just let you pass. I was like, yeah, okay. And we went around the final corner, going at the straight, and he lost the car.
So he did what Jack did on Monday.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So I was like, thanks for the easy pass. So,
yeah, I'd agree with that.
I see, because it was on my right hand side as well, like coming onto the straight, as well, exiting on it, and I seen the car just like disappear to the right, and I was like, oh no, he's hit a wall. But he didn't hit the wall, he was actually okay, so.
He managed to just about keep it out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was by a matter of a couple of feet, like a couple of inches at most. Yeah, I think this might be the
that may
most.
be the overtakes, by the way. Even though I actually didn't really overtake anyone. I made up all my positions out of that safety car.
Yeah, I think this might be the most one-sided driver of the day vote I have ever seen. And I am going to join in on that and actually vote for you as driver of the day myself.
Well, nearly all season I'm giving it to Big Balls, so I'm going to keep up and give it to Big Balls.
Yeah, I did that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he backed out of that one. I think he was a bit scared.
It's an audacious place to try and even overtake.
It's desperation more than anything.
You know those left-handers just after it, before you come to the final two corners? On Monday, I sent one round the outside there. I thought that was a good overtake. But that just takes the cherry on the cake for best overtake at Abu Dhabi this week. That I'd seen anyway. It was just audacious. Like, nobody should even think about it. Let alone, like, well, your name does match up to that because they were very big at that point. Yeah. I'm surprised you could even get it stopped with the amount of weight that was coming from there.
Yeah, I was quite surprised myself, to be honest. I shifted down like there's no tomorrow. They'd probably shifted off the wheel.
Yeah, it was a great overtake. Hopefully, if someone decides to make an overtake of the season video, that will make it. While Sadistic will have like one overtake in the entire season, it will make it.
Probably. Yeah, I usually make up my things on my stints when people are pitting.
Your strategy, yeah. We've had this conversation. We do the same thing. And Jonathan doesn't always like to overtake anyone. In F1. Yeah. Yeah. You should. You would genuinely enjoy it.
It is enjoyable.
Probably in the academy with me. Yeah. You should do. It would be fun. You don't know, you might end up being my teammate next season if Cougar gets moved up. Well, yeah. Scrap whatever you've got on. Did either of you, well, not you Big Balls, but Sadistic, did you catch what happened on turn 1? By any chance?
Yeah, I was actually behind it, yeah. I can't remember his name. What's his name? Is it Error Voice or something?
Yeah, Cougar and Error Voice got into it.
Yeah, Error Voice was a little bit laggy. He wasn't super laggy, but his car was a little bit jumpy.
Yeah, we picked that up.
I'm not sure if that actually put Kokataz off. They touched tyres and he just span out to the left.
And put him in the wall, which ripped his front wheel off because it was a terminal crash.
Oh, was it terminal? I didn't even notice it was terminal.
That's what...
Yeah.
So, between the start and the exit of turn 1, going into turn 2, he'd made up 7 positions.
Wow.
He probably just full on sent it down the outside of turn 1. We'll need to, actually, we'll message him and see if he's actually got the stream of it, because I want to see how he made up that many positions that quickly.
We'll have to start calling him Kimmy. Keep carrying that on.
Actually, yeah, do that. He'll hate that.
We'll carry it on.
Yeah, get him to change his Discord name to Kimmy. But anyway, guys, Sadistic, we'll let you go and have a beer or whatever that you're going to go do to celebrate. Big Balls, we'll let you go do the exact same thing to go and drown your sorrows.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it's not... He did,
Yeah,
he just got beaten by consistency.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, congratulations to Sadistic, and thanks to you lads for the commentary all season. It's been superb.
You're welcome, and it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure's all ours.
That's off me. Oops. We're still alive.
Yep, it's still live. That's why I told you not to swear at the beginning.
You nearly made it, mate.
I'm Scottish, I can't help it.
Anyway, we will end this
Good place to finish it.
before you say something that gets the channel in trouble. But thank you very much. It's appreciated that you've given us something to do on a Thursday evening, and just both of you keep up the good work, and hopefully you'll find each other on track again at some given point in CRL, and if not, you'll find each other in another league at some given point, as per usual.
More than likely, yeah.
So hats off to the pair of you for a fantastic season, and from the entire CRL family, it's been a pleasure, and we wrap up season 3. Season 4 starts, I think, on the 4th of February for the Academy, with the Tier 2 coming on the 6th, and Tier 1 coming on the 6th too. 6th or 7th of February, it's one of the two that they come. So, been an absolute pleasure. We'll catch you in a couple of weeks after the season break.
Yep, should be fun.
Yep, see ya.
I did say I think. I'm not entirely sure.
Either way the Academy comes first, that's all we know.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll find out. We'll let you know.
Congratulations, Jamie lad.
Cheers, guys.